Hello, Gary. Can you hear me? Check, check, check. Hello, and welcome into Clarion University, where the California Vulcans take on the Clarion Golden Eagles.
Hello and welcome into Tippin Gymnasium here on the campus of Clarion University for Vulcan's women's basketball. Welcome into the broadcast. I am Danny Beck. Joined alongside me is Dylan Godet. And Dylan, I think today is something special for you.
Yeah, something special. We have the number 3 team in the country here in California. And to celebrate that and to celebrate 16 years ago today, Dale Earnhardt passing away, we have a little Dale shirt here today. Commemorate him 16 years later in the number 3 team in the country.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of weird how that all worked out. California being number 3, as Dylan said, in the country, and Daytona, I believe, kicking off this weekend. So 2 coincidences. Both, hopefully they go well for both sides. But we're actually going to look at the last game for both of these teams. For California, they played UPJ last game, in a game where California really dominated it, 88-58. Just an offensive performance from California.
Yeah, California started out on fire there in that game, and that was a game that Mickey Glenn just had one of her career best games there. She had over 25 points again. That's just, you come to expect games like that from the senior, and when she has games like that, it's tough to lose.
And for the other side, Clarion took on Slippery Rock, a team that California took on just a few weeks ago, and they actually solidified their spot in the playoffs with that game, coming away with a victory 70-62.
Yeah, and that was another close game there for Clarion. Clarion's been in a number of close games, especially like we saw earlier this season against Cal.
Most definitely. And then we had the last meeting between these two teams as California came away with the victory 72-38. We're going to see if California can really continue the momentum that they have been on for such a long period of time, see if they can continue to build on that.
Yeah, California kind of started off slow there in that Clarion game, but ended up taking the game over in typical California fashion and just dominated the end of that.
Excuse me. Then we have the regional rankings for you there on your screen. California is sitting at the number 1 spot. Right behind them is Virginia Union as well as Wheeling Jesuit. IUP, a team that California is going to be playing next Saturday, actually sitting in that number 4 spot. And then we have Edinburgh, a very strong team. California already knows that this season. And then we have Shippensburg and Mercyhurst as well. So Dylan, this game really, California, they need to use this game and really create some momentum.
Yeah, they definitely can do that. And here's the tips off. See what California can do here early.
As you said right there, Lana Doran passing it around to Mickey Glenn out the top of the key. Working on the inside, then passes out to Doran. Doran getting started right away with a 3-pointer of her own against Seton Hill. She didn't score a point till the 4th quarter, so definitely you just get some momentum here in the beginning of this game.
Yeah, the last 2 games have been kind of slow for her, so if she's able to get hot, that can definitely help out California.
And there's that defensive pressure for California that they love to instill on the defensive side of the ball, and then Doran drives to the basket and gets fouled.
Yeah, Lana Doran averaging 9 points a game this season. Like we said, the last couple games started off kind of slow. Now first 2 possessions, scoring opportunities there for Lana Doran. So look for her to try to convert on these free throws here, start out hot.
And we have some starters, although we couldn't get it started right away, but we have, for Clarion, we have Amisha Harden-Pulliam. We have number 11, Jordan Bekelja, number 22, Delrika Jones-Carey, number 24, Tyra Polite, and number 33, Jen Straw. As Bekelja will bring it up the floor for the Golden Eagles. Working against Shatara Parsons. Trying to create some space for herself on the offensive side of the ball. Amisha Harden-Pulliam now working in the lane, then pass it back out. Bekelja's shot is up and no good. Jen Straw right there to get the rebound. Straw, I believe, will get called on the travel, so California gets the ball right back.
And Jen Straw is a senior there for the Clarion Golden Eagles. In the pregame, they said she was having a career season this season, getting minutes this season compared to last year, and dominating on the glass. Finished with a career-high 15 rebounds in their last game.
Mickey Glenn finding Sierra Barrett on a great pass on the inside, and Barrett getting on the board as well. Now California jumps out to a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, Sierra Barrett has been riding the high of this team coming into this game. A couple very good games for her these last few weeks.
Bekelja now working on the outside, then Parsons playing defense very well, and actually will be called on the foul. Parsons will be.
And that's a quick foul there for Shatara Parsons. You do not want her to get in foul trouble here. We've seen that a few times this season, as now she's back in the starting lineup. A bit of a kind of like last game against on Wednesday night against UPJ, kind of the same starting lineup here.
Polite then arrives on the inside, and then a mishandled ball gives Precious Martin the ball down the floor, and then Shatera Parsons put up a shot and just getting onto the board early. California now 8-0 run.
Yeah, the last few games we've seen this again and again. These quick runs put teams down early, and it's tough for them to battle back.
Polite now on the outside working against Lana Doran. Driving on the inside, puts up a shot. It will not fall, but Polite gets her own rebound and then passes it out to the outside. Shot is up from Delrika Jones-Carey, and that's their first bucket of the night.
That's a second chance opportunity there given up by California. That's how they allow teams to kind of hang in ball games. So look for them to try to hit that offensive glass hard here tonight.
Mickey Glenn passing on the inside to Shatera Parsons, and then Lana Doran drives to the basket and will be called for the foul yet again. Doran getting a lot of opportunities now this game.
Yeah, definitely, and that was a great cut right there. Great find to find Lana Doran cutting to the basket right there. She's going to be heading to the line again. We talked about it. If she gets hot, that's just an added bonus here for this California team.
Most definitely, as she readies her first shot. Shot is up and good. So Doran, as we keep saying over and over again, Doran just getting started, and that's just something that if she can do, it'll help the offensive production because there's a lot more threats out on the floor. Her second shot is up after it bounces around the rim a few times. She makes both. So now Bekelja brings it up the floor for the Golden Eagles.
6 out of the 10 points have been scored here by Lana Doran. So definitely starting out hot here tonight.
Polite now on the outside, passed it into Amisha Harden-Pulliam, then over to Jen Straw. Back over to Delrika Jones-Carey, then back out to Polite. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Puts up a shot, and it will not fall. California there with the rebound. And Precious Martin, great awareness, knowing where she is on the floor, passing into the opens player. And a big drive right there from Sierra Barrett. She just kisses it up, and it hits the rim and in.
Yeah, beautiful drive, kind of a little Euro step right there. That's a very athletic play by one of the most athletic players here in Division II women's basketball.
Tyra Polite then passes it in to Delrika Jones-Carey. There will be a blocking foul called. As, you know, Mickey Glad, she wanted to draw that. Unfortunately, she drew it not in her favor, though.
Yeah, it looks like she got ran over there, then got called for the foul because they tripped over her. So interesting turn of events right there.
Bekelja passes it in to Harden-Pulliam. Defense there from Precious Martin. Pass on the inside. Lana Doran breaks up the pass and gets the steal. Streaking up the floor now, finds Mickey Glenn on the outside. Glenn's shot is up and no good. Shatera Parsons there, though, to grab the rebound. Lana Doran finds the open shot and knocks the open shot down. California now just getting out 15-2 now. And this scoring is just coming at ease, it seems like.
Yeah, 9 points now for Lana Doran. Like we said, she's a defensive threat here, and she's coming out on fire here offensively early.
And the tail of the tape here you can see on your screen. This is the reason why California has been able to score so often, 82.2 points per game.
Yeah, those big stats there for California, the 82 points per game, 15 steals per game, and they don't turn the ball over too much, only 14 turnovers themselves, and 37 rebounds. They're going to have to look to pick that up there. Missing some defensive rebounds here can cause teams to stick in those games late, and especially when you come tournament time, those defensive rebounds, you're going to have to corral them.
Yeah, we saw a few times earlier this season, we saw with Shatera Parsons out, this team can still rebound. They're losing Shatera Parsons on the inside, which is a lot of their height. That's what a lot of their height for this California team comes from. But Sierra Barrett, also a threat in the rebounding department. She can really just get up, grab the board, and do whatever she possibly can to give the ball back to their offense to get started.
Yeah, definitely. And just the bigger lineup we've seen these last two games, maybe trying to counter that defensive rebounding miscues they've had here in some games this season. Starting with a bigger lineup, you only really have two guards out there on the court, and Lana Doran, and of course the point guard there, Mickey Glenn. So when you have the three very athletic players in Precious Martin, Shatera Parsons, and Sierra Barrett, it makes it tough for opposing defenses.
Now Bekelja bringing it up the floor for the Golden Eagles. Pass it over to Jen Shaw. Lana Doran there to get the steal. And then California coming up the floor with Shatera Parsons, and she gets the basket to fall.
Yeah, great drive there and great. on all cylinders early, taking the breath right out of Clarion here early, and that could be big here. 19-2, it's tough to come back in a game like that.
Apologize for the audio issue. We're getting everything situated here on the road. As now Arden Pulliam drives to the hoop. She cannot get it to fall. Sierra Barrett trying to get the rebound. Looks like she stepped out of bounds. And now Clarion will inbound the ball on the baseline.
Yeah, Clarion will inbound the ball.
Precious Martin playing defense right here, and then be a foul on the floor. Clarion will keep it. It's a foul on Precious Martin.
Yeah,
Excuse me, Lana Dorn.
Yeah, Lana Dorn playing tough defense, though. I think you can afford a foul like that from Lana Dorn, just playing outstanding defense here early on.
Bekelja now pass it over to Polite. Polite on the shot will be fouled. Lana Dorn getting called on the foul yet again.
Yeah, it's going to be her second foul there early. A defensive aggressiveness comes back to bite her there.
So now Tyra Polite will attempt some shots from the line. She readies her first, and the shot is up and good. Score is now 19-3 in favor of the Vulcans.
Yeah, finally getting back on the board there for Clarion.
Her second shot is up yet again as she finds the bottom of the basket, as now the pass. I think gives it back to Polite. Polite then passes it in to Delrika Jones-Carey. Carey will double dribble, giving California the ball right back.
Yeah, just California's defense turning into turnovers like we've seen all season long. That's how California gets their points now. 21 points, still 4 minutes and 20 left to go here in this one, in this first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. And Mickey Glenn now bringing up the floor. Number 21, as they have scored 21 points here tonight already. As Precious Martin that gets the ball, passes it back out to number 21. 21 puts up a shot, does not fall. Jones-Carey down there to get the rebound.
Yeah, that was a deep shot there. Mickey Glenn kind of heat check for the team right there. They've been on fire here early on.
Tyra Polite step back shot is no good. Sierra Barrett to get the rebound. Pushing up the floor now is Mickey Glenn. Glenn drives on the inside, puts up a shot, and will be fouled. Attempting two from the line now.
Yeah, California, right off these missed shots from Clarion, they are pushing the ball right down the court. Quick possessions, and it's turned into a lot of points now. Like we said, 21 points. They've had opportunities. They could have over 30 just the way they're pushing the basketball right now.
Mickey Glenn, an 87% free throw shooter this season. Her first shot is up and good. Deadly accurate from the line.
Yeah, one of the great, best free throw shooters here in the Division II women's basketball. Just a spectacle to see somebody at a point guard position, not really known for their free throw shooting ability, but she can definitely do that.
Her second shot, is up and good as well. Now California leads 23-4. You know, to have a really reliable point guard that can really go to the line and execute, that helps the offensive production a lot down the stretch, as California just putting on that defensive pressure. As now Delrika Jones-Carey drives to the basket, and her shot will fall. California on that one couldn't play defense tight enough. It seemed like they triple teamed, and then that opened up an open player for Clarion. As now Sierra Barrett has it on the outside, then passes it on the inside to Precious Martin. She could not get her shot to fall, as she was knocked down on the play.
Yeah, just got barreled over again. The charge call must not be in the arsenal here tonight.
Now Jones-Carey on the offensive and defensive side executing, now scores 23-8.
That's the downfall to California playing up-tempo there. You get a layup missed opportunity, and it's right back the other way there for Clarion.
Mickey Glenn now directing her offense. Dorn passes it over to Precious Martin, then gets it back. Sierra Barrett, now on the outside. Her shot will not fall. Looked like an over-the-back foul call on that one from Abby Sporio, trying to get the ball over Amisha Hardin-Pulliam.
Yeah, tried to get that rebound there and appeared to just jump over the back there. Tough call again, but that will send Clarion to the line. These are big free throws for them. If they're able to hit these free throws, that could help them maybe kind of crawl back into this one.
Exactly what you say, kind of crawl back or just try to do anything they possibly can. Delrika Jones-Carey, though, on the defensive side, getting the rebounds, and on the offensive side, executing. Player to watch here as this game progresses. Hardin-Pulliam's first shot will be good.
Interesting to keep for California. They're keeping Lana Dorn, their defensive specialist, out there on the court with those 2 fouls to see how that affects her here in her style of defense here in this remainder of this first half.
Hardin-Pulliam's second shot is good as well, making the score now 23-10. Glenn brings it across the half-court line. Goes left, passes it over to Sierra Barrett. Sierra Barrett then passes it back out to Mickey Glenn. Glenn finds Dorn. Dorn pulls up a shot. It will not fall. Shatara Parsons there to get the rebound, and then be a foul called on number 4, new sub-in, Mania Robinson for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, it looked like Shatara Parsons corralled that rebound there, and she tried to reach in and get that pass out, and they drew her for the foul there.
Mickey Glenn's inbound pass will go right into Lana Dorn, and then Abby Sporio will pass back over to Mickey Glenn. Dorn driving on the inside, puts a shot up, and she will be fouled yet again going to the line.
Yeah, her third time to the line here already. Lana Dorn driving to the basket, being very aggressive on the offensive end here tonight.
See if she can execute even more with 2 minutes and 3 seconds before the end of this quarter. First shot will not fall. On the road, the cheerleaders here kind of get a little bit into California's heads, really.
Yeah, it's kind of a high school atmosphere there at the cheerleaders. Got a lot of cheerleaders here for Clarion. Great to see some school spirit there from the Golden Eagles.
And her second shot will be good, now making the score 24-10. Hardin-Pulliam working on the outside, directing the offense. Then Tyra Polite will get on the outside, put up a 3. It will not fall. Nothing but air on that one as California will get the ball back.
Yeah, it looked like she decided to shoot that shot a little late there. It wasn't really set. Not the shot you're looking for Clarion. You want to work the ball, try to force California into some mistakes. They play that up-tempo pressure defense. You can find some holes in it if you work the ball around.
Mickey Glenn now pulls up from just inside the three-point arc. Her shot will not fall off the front of the rim. So now California looking to apply that pressure on defense, and they will. Although I believe it will stay Clarion's ball as Precious Martin now checks in for Lana Dorn.
Yeah, great defensive hustle there by Sierra Barrett. Her presence right there really affected the dribbling there for Clarion and really forced that almost turnover there just by her pressure hustling back on defense.
Mania Robinson gets the inbound ball, drives to the basket, puts a shot up. It will be no good. Precious Martin coming up with the rebound. California pushing the pace up the floor. Abby Sporio's shot will be up and no good. Shatara Parsons to get the rebound. Now puts a shot up, reverse layup, and will get the basket to fall. Great way of putting the ball up underneath the basket.
Yeah, definitely a strong move there by Shatara Parsons. A very athletic play. She's showing she's came here to play here tonight.
Under a minute left now in the first quarter. Abby Sporio intercepts the pass. Mickey Glenn now pushes it up the floor to Shatara Parsons. Parsons trying to give it over to Sierra Barrett. And then Clarion, I believe, stepped out of bounds, so California will get the ball.
Yeah, it looked like she had that ball there right on the inbound line, just wasn't aware where she was out on the court there and stepped out of bounds.
Mickey Glenn to inbound right over to Sierra Barrett. And her shot will not fall. It's now Tyra Polite for Clarion will bring it up the floor. Mania Robinson, wide open shot. She elects to pass over to Hardin-Pulliam. Then a hard foul there as Sierra Barrett tried to go up and get the rebound.
See if they're calling the foul there on number 4. there, Mania Robinson. That's her second foul, kind of both on rebound opportunities.
Kind of pick someone to foul on that one, who to call the foul on, excuse me, as a lot of bodies colliding on that play. Sending Sierra Barrett now to the line. She's a 75% free throw shooter this season. Shot will be good. I'm making the score 27 to 10.
Yeah, high-powered offense here for California. Again, on pace to score over 100, just like last game there against Seton Hill. So these first quarters just takes the breath right out of opposing teams.
And her second shot, up and good as well. 26.6 seconds on the shot, or excuse me, on the game clock. Shot clock is turned off. So now Bekelja brings it up the floor. Right into a trap from California, and Abby Sporia will come up with a steal. Shatara Parsons drives to the basket and gets it to fall. 30 to 10 now, under 10 seconds. As Bekelja looks up at the clock, streaks up the floor, drives into the lane, passes it over. Excuse me, that was number 32, Ashley Delanobius. Not sure if I meant that last name right, but that will be the end of the first quarter as California is up 30 to 10 on the Clarion Golden Knights. We'll be right back. You're watching Vulcans basketball here on CUTV Sports 1. Hello and welcome back into the Tippin Gymnasium as California is up big on Clarion 30 to 10. And Dylan, it's really been the offense for California that has really been the main cause of all these points scored here tonight. Their defense stepping up, getting the rebounds, however.
Yeah, definitely early, and that defense is really turning into fast-paced offense. They were getting those defensive rebounds, missed shots, turnovers, and turning them directly into points on the other end. It's a very nice spectacle to see. This is how California's been rolling here. Besides for that Seton Hill game, this offense has just been on fire.
And Lana Dorn also getting started and just adding to that offensive production for California here tonight. As Shatara Parsons will pass over to Sierra Barrett in the corner. Then Mickey Glenn gets at the top of the key. 10 seconds to shoot, puts a shot up, and it will be no good. Tyra Polite down to get the rebound.
Yeah, Mickey Glenn finished that second half of Seton Hill on fire there, and it continued into last Wednesday night's game against UPJ.
And Polite looked like she kind of picked up her dribble as she was keep walking in the lane, and she will be called on the travel. So now California inbounds the ball on the baseline. Now Mickey Glenn brings it up before. Glenn passed it over to Precious Martin. And on the inside to Sierra Barrett, back out. Over to Shatara Parsons, now back out on Mickey Glenn. Parsons pulls up and puts a shot up off the glass. It will not fall. Clarion gets the rebound, brings it up the floor. Hardin Pulliam.
California's kind of cooled down now as this game settles in. Missed their first couple shots here this second quarter.
Hardin Pulliam pass it over to Polite. Then on the inside, and a steal will give California the ball right back with Sierra Barrett. Sierra Barrett splits the defense and gets to the basket. 32 to 10 now.
Sierra Barrett's just the next level athlete than anyone that Clarion even has on the court right now. She just looks like she's a whole different level than these Clarion girls right now.
Try to pass on the inside yet again as Shatara Parsons tries to pass it out. It looked like she was kind of in a split as she passed the ball out, and a mishandle gives Clarion the ball back, I believe. And it will be Tyra Polite to inbound the ball for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Shatara Parsons, though, hustling like what you come to expect there from her. She's one of the most just hardest hustlers you can find here. She's all around the court, offense and defense, and she's putting out 100% all game long.
Harden Pulliam on the outside. Pass it over to Mania Robinson. Robinson turns the ball over. Shatara Parsons comes up with a steal, tries to convert, and she does. Score is now 34-10.
We're talking about the athleticism of Sierra Barrett, and right back with the athleticism there of Shatara Parsons. Both just fantastic athletes, and this team really thrives off their athleticism.
And now Delrika Jones-Carey puts a shot up as she got a great pass on the outside. Mickey Glenn brings it up the floor now. Glenn pass on the inside to Precious Martin, tries to throw it up, try to get lucky shot, and it will not fall off the backboard. Then Tyra Polite drives to the lane. She cannot get her basket to fall, as now Precious Martin brings it up the floor. Pass it over to Abby Sporio, and her shot will be no good off the front of the rim.
It's a beautiful pass there, but this game is back and forth right now. Both teams taking quick shots and trying to, Clarion now hits that three. Clarion trying to climb back ever so slightly here in this one.
And Harden Pulliam's shot will be good, now making the score 34-13. And this heat in here is going to get to these players for California. I'm not really used to the heat. I'm sure they're not really used to the heat as well. As now Shatara Parsons on the inside, put a shot up, and it will fall. It looks like a subs will be coming in. Morgan Jennings, looks like for the visibly tired Shatara Parsons.
Yeah, Shatara Parsons, in that heat, like you're saying in here, as hard as she hustles, that'll get to her.
So now Sierra Barrett will inbound the ball to Mickey Glenn. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left before halftime.
You have these athletic players, but then you have Mickey Glenn, who's not known for the most athletic players. She's just a floor general here for the Vulcans, and it's a great compliment to those very athletic players.
Sierra Barrett tries to put up a shot, and she will be fouled. Attempting two from the line now.
Because if you had a full team, back to that last comment, if you have a full team of those athletic players, it wouldn't really work and gel as well as it does here with California, because they have a point guard that's not the flashiest. She just gets the job done. She's a floor general. She has been here for numerous years. Her sophomore year, she played in the national championship game, gained that experience, and she's kept that these last few seasons.
Most definitely. As you said, they have role players on this team. They have some players that are flashy. They have some players that are just grinders. Lana Dorn being one of those you can mention on the defensive side. But then you have players like Sierra Barrett. You have players like Shatara Parsons even. She's athletic. She can sprint down the floor and put up a shot, as well as play defense and play strong on defense, as Sierra Barrett makes her second as well. Make the score now 38-15. But this California team, they do mesh well. All the role players step up and everybody works together visibly, as now Precious Martin brings the ball up the floor. Abby Sporio keeping it alive. Pass it in to Precious Martin. Her shot will be no good, and then she will be fouled. Delrika Jones-Carey.
She did not like that foul caught on her. She was very frustrated after that one.
So now Precious Martin will attempt two from the line.
And you really have to contribute those pieces fitting and working together to the coaching staff there for California. They recruited these players, got them here, and they just built this program up to what it is.
Most definitely. And a lot of these players, I haven't seen their tape, but a lot of these players, diamonds in the rough, really. When they are all out on the floor, when they're feeling good, they're working together, nobody can stop them, really.
Yeah, and Mickey Glenn out of near my neck of the woods there in West Virginia, not the most highly recruited player there is. Kind of undervalued there being from West Virginia, and she comes to this California team and helps make them back into a national powerhouse.
Exactly. Is now Harden Pulliam on the outside working against this tough defense for California, and it pays off right there as Sierra Barrett will pass it up before to Morgan Jennings. Her pass will be no good. Looks like she put a little bit too much mustard on that one as it goes right out of bounds.
Yeah, trying to get everything they can here right now is California. Just I haven't seen them play with this much pace yet this season, especially in these last few weeks. They put up points, but they have not played with this style of play. It's got to be getting to Clarion. I'm sure their starters and their players in there now are feeling this pressure.
As now, I believe that was number 23, Marina Kelly. She'll look like she kind of tripped up on that one as she goes to the ground. But as you said, this pace, they're really pushing it, and this added element of heat, it could not be really reacting well for this California team. They're going to have to make a lot of subs. Mickey Glenn, a player that normally plays all minutes of the game, all 40 minutes of the game, she's going to really have to be subbed in and out, just keep her health up.
And it's a great test there for California to get in a game where you have to run and gun the whole game. That's a good test there come tournament time.
So now Precious Martin puts a shot up. It'll be no good. Morgan Jennings attempts to get the rebound. As now Jordan Bekelja will bring it up before for the Golden Eagles.
Where you'll first see their defense, their fatigue kind of lacking there when they get tired is on the defensive end. So it's interesting to see if they're able to keep this defensive pressure up. It'll be really telling signs of how they're doing condition-wise.
There was a foul away from the ball on that one, as California will get the ball right back. And number 33 for California, Brittany Nelson, checking in for Sierra Barrett. And that's another player. Got to keep that. She looked like she was kind of motioning. She needed water. She needed to get off the floor.
And I'm getting cotton mouth just standing up here talking, so I can only imagine how the players are with that style of play. But see what they can do here. This is a great testing moment for them, and I'm sure the coaching staff there for California is telling them that.
Lana Dorn then passes it over to Mickey Glenn. Mickey Glenn over in the corner. Now to Morgan Jennings. Her shot looked right on from our position as it bounces right back out. Lana Dorn finds Mickey Glenn. Drives on the inside, then puts a shot up. No good. Tries to get her own rebound, but then will be called on the foul. Tough call on that one, though, and Clarion will be forced to take a timeout.
Yeah, Clarion forced to take a timeout. I'm sure they're tired as well. They are not used to playing against a style of defense here like this.
We're going to take a look now at the PSAC West standings. California, they're sitting up at that number 1 spot, 18-1 on the season in conference, and then 24-1 on the season. And as I said, Clarion clinching their spot last week, and now all there's left to do is wait for playoff time. The 6 teams are set. Indiana, Edinburgh, Mercyhurst, and Seton Hill as well. All tough teams. Really, this conference is all tough. California really, as you said, Dylan, this is a testing game if they can push the pace and really get ready for playoff time.
And that team sitting at that 6th spot there in Seton Hill, that's a team to watch out for. Blitz Mercyhurst in the second half Wednesday night. They were down big in the first half, came back in the second half, and absolutely turned that game completely around. We saw them playing against California last Saturday. That's a team to watch out for. You know, the record doesn't really reflect the style they're playing right now, and especially as better as the PSAC West is in the PSAC East, that could be a sneaky team come into this tournament time.
Yeah, as well as Edinburgh also, you have to mention them. California already with 1 loss this season, 1 little freckle on their season record. So if you have to see them again, you know, that's also a testing game. IUP can never count them out as well.
Yeah, just a tough PSAC West, probably one of the better divisions in all of women's college basketball.
Jen Straw gets the great pass on the inside, drives to the hoop. And then number 32, let me attempt this name, Ashley Delanabius. I know, do you have a better explanation of that?
I do not. I'm terrible with names. I know how to pronounce my own name. Not a lot of people do. So, but I would say you're probably right there.
I messed it up, excuse me, on the end of the first quarter. Delanobius, I believe that's what it is, and her second shot will be up and no good. Jen Straw to get the rebound. Passes it back out to her, and then Hardin Pulliam gets it. Pass it on the inside. California trying to come up with a steal. A few players got their hands on it, although it will bounce out of bounds. Clarion keeping possession.
Yeah, Clarion getting another opportunity here. Again, you really past the point of trying to crawl back in this one. You just want to try to win on every offensive possession and defensive possession. That's their goal right now. Should be to try to put some points, some easy points, find an easy basket here if you're Clarion.
Bekelja on the outside, working against Lana Dorn. Then working on the inside, puts a shot up and gets the easy layup to fall. Mickey Glenn now bring it up before for California.
Yeah, there's an easy shot there for Clarion, but they're going to have to get back because California, what they do best, as soon as you score, they're trying to answer quickly.
Jumping right back on that offensive side of the ball. It's now Lana Dorn calling out the plays for her offense. Passing on the inside to Mickey Glenn, tries to go up and underneath the hoop. No foul called on the play as Clarion will be now working in transition. Bekelja going over to the corner. Passes it over to Hardin Pulliam and then finds Marina Kelly in the corner. Her shot is up and no good. It's now California will come up with the ball. Passing it over to Lana Dorn. Lana Dorn pulls up, takes a shot, no good. And now Clarion gets the ball, kind of back and forth play. Nobody can hit shots, seems like.
Yeah, you're starting to see that fatigue now as California unable to hit those shots from further away. See if they try to get the ball inside now.
And Hardin Pulliam will put up a 3, and she will convert. It looks like Sierra Barrett and Shatera Parsons looking to check back in before the halftime break.
Yeah, they should be well rested now, getting some extended minutes there on the bench. But you know who isn't getting any extended minutes on the bench, and that's Mickey Glenn. Staying in there a point guard. You see Abby Sporio looking to check in. It'd be interesting to see if they keep Mickey Glenn in or try to get her some rest here before halftime.
Mickey Glenn then finds Morgan Jennings. Her shot no good. Good rebound there from Jen Straw, and then a jump ball will, I believe, give Clarion the ball. So the possession arrow was in favor of the Golden Eagles. A few players checking in. One player not checking out, though, is Mickey Glenn.
She's just a battler there. That's the heart and will of her. She's not going to let herself affect the game plan of being tired and fatigued to have to come out of a ball game. I think she knows that, and she respects that. She has to follow along with the game plan.
Hardin Pulliam then passing it over to Marina Kelly. Kelly working on the outside against Mickey Glenn. Almost loses possession, but then looks to pass it over to Jordan McKelja. McKelja passed it over a few times. Now Hardin Pulliam has the ball. Works on the inside. A few seconds left on the shot clock, and Shatera Parsons comes up with a great rebound and gives it over to Abby Sporio. Mickey Glenn finds Lana Dorn. Dorn sizing up her opponent, then passes it back to Mickey Glenn, who finds Shatera Parsons. And then a travel will be called.
Yeah, just got a little ahead of herself there, did Shatera Parsons. But again, Vulcans haven't scored here. They've scored 9 points here so far in this second quarter. Again, a lot of that has to do with the fatigue.
Yeah, you can definitely credit a lot to the heat in here and really the pace that California is really trying to implement in this game, as Jordan McKelja splits the defense, then puts a shot up and gets it to fall, and going to the line now, McKelja attempts a three-point play.
Yeah, that is a 12-point now for Clarion, so they have outscored California here in the second quarter. So interesting to see how California answers back to that.
McKelja's first shot will be up and good. Her only shot of that attempt, and she completes the three-point play.
California's going to have to slow the ball down, get some inside looks like that one right there.
Mickey Glenn driving to the basket, as you said, Dylan, trying to get that outlet pass, and then Shatera Parsons will attempt a shot, no good. Sierra Barrett, though, to get the rebound. Mickey Glenn wants it and gets it right back from Lana Dorn. 1 minute and 13 seconds left before halftime. Glenn finds Sporio on the outside. Sporio finds Barrett and then gets it right back, trying to create some space for herself. And Shatera Parsons put up a shot and gets it to fall, and she's just a force in the lane. Nobody can really stop her shot due to her body size, really how tall she is.
Yeah, but I like the way Clarion's playing Cal now, sitting back in that 2-3, not letting them in the paint and forcing them to keep the ball on the outside. It's going to pay dividends for them, especially as this fatigued California team right now.
And Shatera Parsons, a strong play there. She gets the ball away, and then Mickey Glenn drives to the hoop and gets fouled. Will attempt 2 from the line now. And this pace, as you said, Dylan, it really slowed down since that first quarter. It'll be interesting to see how they come out of the second half after halftime, see if they can really push the pace more. As you said, they were on track to hit 100, and now it kind of slowed down a lot since that halftime break, or the first quarter break, excuse me.
Yeah, but this is a practicing moment, honestly, for this team. There's no better conditioning practice than to do it out there in a game. So that's what they're doing here. They're going to continue that tough style of play, because like I've been saying, come tournament time, they could have to play full 40 minutes of the game up and down just like that.
Exactly, and maybe head coach Jeff Strom has some different things in mind when she's really trying to push this pace, trying to test her players out, as Jen Straw will drive to the basket and get the basket to fall. Shot clock is off now, under 20 seconds. Mickey Glenn loves to hold it until there's 10 seconds left and then push it.
Yeah, she comes off that double screen. Talking to Billy Hahn this week, this is Mickey Glenn's favorite play right here.
It's now Sierra Barrett passes on the inside to Shatera Parsons and then puts a shot up, no good. Jen Straw with the rebound. Jordan McKelja now looks up at the clock and puts up a shot. Her shot, we know good, almost in.
That looked good right there. I thought that one may have went in.
Score is 43-25 at the halftime break. Stay tuned. You're watching Vulcans basketball right here on CUTV Sports 1.
This season, the pride and pageantry of college football.
Is that a catch? Oh, yeah!
Can all be found in one place.
He will score! Touchdown!
NCAA.com. From the biggest matchups come breakout performances.
Keeping one deep.
And those game-changing moments live here. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com. From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Hello and welcome back into the Tippin Gymnasium here on the campus of Clarion University. Excuse me, I almost said California University. And the score now 43-25, as you see there on your screen. California started off very quick. As you said, Dylan, they pushed the pace quite a bit and then kind of relaxed a little bit. And now the score is 43-25, as we have some halftime stats here for you on the screen. 41% from the field for California and 26 from the three-point arc, and from the free throw stripe, 81% to Clarion, 71%.
Yeah, that just, you see the rebounding edges to Clarion. California missing some shots there. The real key to this game and what stretched that lead out is 3 turnovers for California and 13 steals, 17 turnovers for Clarion and only 1 steal. That's the difference in this ball game. Clarion did outscore California in the second quarter 15-13 after California exploded in a 30-point first quarter opposed to 10 points there for Clarion. And looking at the fast break points, California up 14-0 in that as well. Points off turnovers, California 21 to Clarion's 3. Points in the paint, California 22, Clarion 14. So California dominating all those aspects of the game. It's just, can they keep up their offensive pressure full half? We'll find out.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, we also mentioned the heat in this building. And Dylan, I know you were part of the football team, and in the weight room, they like to turn up the heat because it allows the muscles to work better. California, it was evident that that's what the case was in the first quarter, and then they kind of slowed down. What really can you provide the listeners back at home? How is it working in this heat?
I mean, it is tough. It's extremely difficult to keep up that style of play for 40 minutes. That's with that heat or not with that heat. And now with that added heat, you know, California is not used to playing in an environment like this. This is a tight gym, you know, not a lot of airflow. When you play in the Convocation Center, there's plenty of airflow, plenty of room for air to move around there. So I think they're conditioned. I mean, they play this style of play every possession, every play, every game. So I think they're conditioned. It's just tough environments. They kind of slowed down. Their legs started to get to them, but this is where you have to adjust. This is where the coaching staff of California has talked to them. This is where we adjust, change our style of play a little bit, especially on the offensive end. Let's see how that comes out here in the second half.
Mickey Glenn now trying to get started on offense, and she kind of belly flopped right down to the ground. As you said, there's no airflow in here. There's only one side that has windows open. Not sure if that's even doing much. It's because of the temperature outside. It's really not meshing well with the temperature inside here, but see if California can move the ball around and get some airflow going, as Tyra Polit's shot is up and good. 3-pointer there from the Golden Eagles.
The Golden Eagles now, again, trying to crawl back, winning possessions, but California, again, they try to get that quick opportunity and then unable to convert. Clarion again here, see if they can try to get another quick open look.
Amisha Harden pulling him, then passing it over to Jordan McKelja, and her shot will be no good. Mickey Glenn trying to get the rebound, and Delrika Jones-Carey, she kind of just pulled her back a little bit, kind of halted her from making that rebound.
And this 15-point deficit's really as close as Clarion's been since about 3 or 4 minutes into the game. That's just how fast California started out. So see how California, again, Clarion on a bit of a little run, cutting it down to 15. Let's see how they answer to this.
Mickey Glenn working against Tyra Polit. Passed it over to Sierra Barrett, then gets it right back, attempting a 3-pointer. Her shot will be off the front of the rim, as now Bekelja brings it up the floor for Clarion. Harden pulling him on the outside, pass it over to Polite. Her shot will be up. It looked like it was blocked from Sierra Barrett. Mickey Glenn coming down with the rebound. Looking up the floor to pass, finds Sierra Barrett. Then over to Precious Martin. Her shot looked like will be blocked as well from Delrika Jones-Carey.
And California, I think you're starting to see that fatigue. They're just here. They get that steal there. See if they can turn that into quick points here.
And now Mickey Glenn running down the floor, trying to draw some contact, maybe even a foul, but gets the basket to fall. They're making the score 45-28.
That's how California wants to score. Points off turnovers, fast break opportunities. That's what they live off of. That's their best style of offense, and that's what they got right there.
Good pass there from Jordan Bekelja, and then Delrika Jones-Carey have an errant pass over to Jen Straw as it goes right out of bounds. California taking over possession.
California taking over possession now. See a little bit of Sierra Barrett there kneeling over. She's feeling a little fatigue, a little bit of soreness here from that heat, as we've been mentioning throughout the broadcast here. But see how they decide to run this offensive possession here.
Maybe not even soreness, kind of just cramps from this heat, as Mickey Glenn's pass will go right out of bounds. Looked like she was trying to pass it into one of the men's players that are coming out for California out of the tunnel.
Yeah, not sure if the weightlifting staff, the strength and conditioning coaches there, and Phil and Bobby are listening to this broadcast in here. But interesting to see if they are, how they talk to the team about that come strength and conditioning this week.
Mickey Glenn, after a Shatera Parson rebound, will bring it up the floor. Precious Martin in the corner. Looks to pass over to Lana Dorn. She receives the pass and drives into the lane, passing it right back out to Sierra Barrett. Her shot will be no good. Shatera Parsons trying to come up with the rebound. And it looks like she was just out of bounds, I believe. And that will give Jen Straw the chance to inbound the ball for the Golden Eagles.
See what California decides to come out in and see if they decide to a man. It appears that's what they are starting out in, is a bit of a man-to-man look. So mixing up their defense is one of those adjustments that they're deciding to make here.
Harden Pulliam finds Polite on the outside, then passes back into Delrika Jones-Carey. Carey goes to the basket and gets the shot to fall. Mickey Glenn now bringing it up the floor. As you said, Dylan, they're really pushing this pace, and right here, Mickey Glenn tried to drive to the lane, being over the back foul, kind of by mistake from Precious Martin. She was just trying to get the rebound, and Jen Straw kind of bent down to get the rebound.
And seeing some of these mistakes that they're making now, it's not really contributing to their conditioning here. They're just making a few mental mistakes right now. So look for them to tighten it up mentally as well, physically, keep this tough defense up and see if they can work the ball and get back to the style of play we're used to seeing.
Harden Pulliam passes over to Bekelja in the corner. Her shot will be no good. Jen Straw there, though, to get the rebound. And then another rebound attempt from California. This one, a jump ball, and Clarion still gets that possession arrow. California really not being on the right side of that possession arrow, it seems like, at all tonight.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not on the right side of the possession arrow here. They've every jump ball they've battled for, it appears it's gone Clarion's way.
So Polite on the outside. And then over to Bekelja. Bekelja giving it back to Jen Straw. Then Jen Straw splitting the defense for California and getting to the hoop. She gets her basket to fall. And now California only up by 13.
Yeah, 13-point game. This is really, see if California maybe, and then they don't take timeouts, but if this league gets any closer, they might have to use one of those timeouts.
Lana Dorn on the outside, pass her over to Mickey Glenn. Mickey Glenn looked like she wanted to attempt a three-pointer. She'll give it back over to some teammates, and then Sierra Barrett will get back onto the board for the Vulcans.
There you go, points in the paint. That's what you do. You're fatigued. You need to get the ball inside. You don't have to use your legs really to shoot those shots inside. Elite
will put a shot up, and then Sierra Barrett, tough rebound attempt, and then Jen Straw will be called on the foul. Seems like these referees here tonight, they're calling everything that they see.
Yes, they are. It's affected California. That's Straw's third foul as well, so a lot of fouls being racked up here in this one. But that should play into California's favor, honestly, forcing teams to foul them and get them to the free throw line that they're so deadly at.
Sierra Barrett then trying to draw some offensive players for herself over to her. Then gives it over to Lana Dorn. Lana Dorn's shot will go off the front of the rim, getting her own rebound and getting to the basket. Those second chance points for California, haven't really seen that much this game, but this entire season, those second chance points coming up big. And right there you saw Lana Dorn getting to the basket and getting back on the board.
And they really need to get those second chance opportunities because other teams usually are right there with them on second chance opportunities because they force quick shots and just get some tipped rebounds to other teams against California. Clarion actually led the second chance there in the first half.
And Marina Kelly will check in for Jen Straw as Tyra Polite will inbound the ball for the Golden Eagles. Harden Pulliam working against Abby Sporio. Another defensive player for California, playing tough, trying to get that turnover, and Delrika Jones-Carey to get back onto the board for Clarion.
Let's back out to 15, see what California does here on this offense possession.
Barrett will spot up and no good on the shot. So now Jordan Bekelja will bring it up the floor. Stopped her feet right there from moving, and then Tyra Polite will come up, look like almost a turnover. Now Delrika Jones-Carey will get the foul. Shot no good. Now she goes to the line to attempt 2.
I can tell you who's not tired, and that is Delrika Jones-Carey. She is playing some great basketball right now, hustling all around the court. Now as we get a timeout here on the court, see what California can do here. Clarion may be able to cut this down even closer here.
And now on your screen, you will see some team leaders. We're going to start here first with California. And as we said this entire season, Mickey Glenn has really been a force, but also Sierra Barrett. Sierra Barrett scoring 34 points, a career high just a few weeks ago. Look for her to kind of creep up on that scoring list, but right now only leading in rebounds.
Yeah, definitely. Mickey Glenn's just night in and night out going to get points for you. That's a given there from Mickey Glenn, but also an assist there, averaging over 163 assists this season. That's just outstanding there from the point guard.
Yeah, and she's been one of those unselfish players for California. We can look at this list. Looks like Jordan Bekelja for Clarion has really been that player they can lean on, as well as Tyra Polite and Delrika Jones-Carey. As you said, Dylan, she's being that force in the lane, getting those rebounds. Tyra Polite also grinding it, playing the most minutes, and getting the scoring for her team. So both of these teams, it seems like California is more have a lot more role players, excuse me. And for Clarion, it seems like they kind of spread it out just a little bit more, get everybody a chance to get their hands on the ball.
Yeah, California, you really know what you're going to get from California night in and out. You're going to get the great point guard play there by Mickey Glenn, and then you're going to get one of those role players, like you're saying, not really role players, just athletic players there, in Tara Parsons or Sierra Barrett. One of those two every night's going to get hot, and you just have to pick and choose which how you want to defend that if you're opposing teams.
Yeah, really pick your poison, if you will. As now Delrika Jones-Carey will attempt her first. Shot is up and good. Score is now 49-35. Second shot, readies. Up and no good. Right there, Abby Sporio to come down with the rebound. Mickey Glenn bringing it up the floor for the Vulcans. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left before the fourth quarter begins. Tara Parsons on the outside, then passes it to Sierra Barrett. Delrika Jones-Carey getting the turnover right there for Clarion and trying to fight for position against Tara Parsons. Polite puts up a shot and good. Kind of a floater, not really intended for a floater, but it will fall. So now Mickey Glenn streaking down the floor. Will get fouled hard. Attempt 2 from the line.
There you go, right off the made basket. California's pushing it down to 12 now. So Clarion's back in this thing, and if they're able to continue their patient offense, kind of California needs to learn that themselves here. They're not getting those turnovers, a little bit fatigued on the defensive end. They're going to have to slow down on offense and get their shots that they want here to finish this game out.
Mickey Glenn's first shot up and good. Eclipsed the 50 mark here tonight, 50-37. Her second shot up and good as well. Mickey Glenn, just old reliable, if you will, from the free throw line. Seems like she can hit everything she really puts her mind to from the free throw line. And the score is 51-37. Good pass there as Delrika Jones-Carey gets on the scoreboard yet again for Clarion. And just creeping back into this contest is the Golden Eagles. See if California can really fend them off. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. So now Mickey Glenn passes it over to Lana Doran. Doran driving into the lane, puts up a shot. Be no good. Tara Parsons gets the rebound and the second chance point yet again. California's height in there, not the tallest team, but they'll push you out of the way and get those second chance points.
Yeah, and they'll out-hustle you as well. That's just what you're going to get there from the Vulcans.
Tyra Polite on the outside, working against Lana Doran. Pressure her into taking a shot, and she will. Kind of a step-back three. Mickey Glenn coming up with the rebound. Looking up the floor, pass it over to Abby Sporio, then finds Lana Doran. No foul. Actually, no, they will call a foul. Late foul on Tyra Polite. California had numbers on that play. Great execution, passing it to Abby Sporio, then finding Lana Doran open underneath the rim, as Lana Doran will go to the line yet again.
Some boos from the crowd here. It was a late call because the person that was supposed to make that call didn't there, and that was a clear foul there.
First shot will be up and no good. As you said, Dylan, it got pretty loud pretty quick. I'm having trouble hearing you. As you said, small gym. Not that many people here tonight, but it sure does echo. as Lana Doran's second shot will be up, and after bouncing around the rim a few times, it will fall in. Score now 54-39. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. Misha Harden-Pulliam against Abby Sporio. Moves right, steps back, takes a three-point shot, and we no good. Delrika Jones-Carey there to get the rebound, then pass it behind her head, and right there, Sierra Barrett to get the ball. Now Mickey Glenn driving into the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Shatara Parsons fends off 4 Golden Eagles and gets the rebound, resets their offense now for California.
Yeah, she's the tallest player on the court, and she let that be known right there.
And Shatara Parsons puts up the shot and gets the and one, now going to the line to attempt a three-point play.
With Shatara Parsons now, you got to pick your poison here if you're playing against the Vulcans. Shatara Parsons kind of taking over this ball game right now with her hustle and great effort.
They really just try to shut down one of California's offensive threats, and then you have another threat right there as her second shot will be no good. Jordan McKelja now bringing up the floor for the Golden Eagles. Looking at a shot, and now a three-pointer up and no good. Mickey Glenn, though, kind of lost her focus on that play, not really focusing on dribbling the ball, kind of looking up the floor. You see that in the NFL also, not looking at the ball when you're bringing it in. You're more looking up the field. And right
you don't
there,
see that too often, though, there from Mickey Glenn. That's a rare occurrence there to see a mental mistake from the senior leader.
Exactly, and Misha Harden-Pulliam now inbound the ball for the Golden Eagles. McKelja gets the ball, working against Precious Martin. Lana Doran then coming over to help out. Double team, Abby Sporio coming up with a steal. Now Abby Sporio in transition, passed her over to Mickey Glenn, trying to draw some more contact against Tyra Polite. Gets her shot to fall, however.
Great spacing on that fast break right there. Abby Sporio realized the left side of the court was kind of crowded, dribbled over to the right. That opened up the layup there for Mickey Glenn. Just outstanding fast break offense there.
Marina Kelly passed it over to Delrika Jones-Carey, then passed it over to Bekelja. Harden-Pulliam now working against Precious Martin, drives into the lane, puts up a shot, no good. Abby Sporio coming down with the rebound. Sporio then passed it over to Sierra Barrett, and a big foul there on, let's see who it's called on, I believe. On Sierra Barrett. Excuse me, no, on Jordan Bekelja, sorry.
Yeah, it looked like Jordan McKelja tried to beat her to the spot there, was unable to get there in defensive position. Again, another great spacing play there by Abby Sporio. So California now getting back to their old ways, extending this lead back out.
Sierra Barrett now attempting some free throws from the line. First shot up and good. And as mentioned before, Sierra Barrett, a 75% free throw shooter, has really been heating up as of late in the offensive side of the ball. Already mentioned that 34-point performance just a few nights ago. It's her second shot. Up and good. Score is now 60-39. California right back on track to what they were scoring before.
And they're back in that kind of 3-2 extended zone there. So look for them to try to get a turnover here.
Mickey Glenn coming out with the turnover, as you said it, Dylan. Then finding Lana Dorn on the outside, pass it back to Mickey Glenn. Mickey Glenn attempts a three-pointer. Her shot will be no good. Sierra Barrett underneath the hoop could not come up with the rebound. As now Tyra Polite in transition, puts up a shot, no good. Lana Dorn working hard for that rebound and then turns it right over to Amisha Harden-Pulliam.
I'm not sure she ever touched her there. Maybe a kicked ball violation. Kind of a weird little play right there.
It most definitely she came up with the rebound and then kind of lost possession, kicked it with maybe her knee even. But Clarion will get possession on the side. So now Harden-Pulliam will pass it over to Tyra Polite.
And there's one of the best on-ball defenders you'll see here in women's basketball there in Lana Doran. It doesn't get much better. I don't think I've ever seen anyone just get the ball and drive right around her. See her quick feet there. When she gets patting those feet, it's possible to get around her.
And there's Mickey Glenn coming up with the defensive play. Mickey Glenn getting another shot to fall. She keeps pushing her body into Tyra Polite, really just trying to draw the foul, and just keeps performing and keep executing. She gets another shot to fall in.
California back to their scoring ways, getting turnovers. You see again, here's this on-ball defense here by Lana Doran.
Against Tyra Polite. It's a mismatch, and then that opens up Hardin Pulliam on the outside. Hardin Pulliam then working into the lane and will not get the shot to fall. Precious Martin coming up with the rebound. Shot clock is off, 1 second left. Abby Sporia putting up a shot, no good. And the score is 62-39 now. California, as you said, Dylan, really getting back onto their scoring ways. We're going to see if the fourth quarter can really turn over and see if California can keep that up. We're going to take a quick break, as I said, as now the fourth quarter will begin with a score of 62-39. California getting back. You're watching Vulcans basketball right here on CUTV Sports 1. Hello and welcome back into the Tippin Gymnasium here on the campus of Clarion University. I keep saying that, it's so similar. The score is now 62-39, and California really getting back onto their scoring ways in that third quarter. We're going to see if they can continue that into the fourth quarter now, as Mickey Glenn brings it across half court, working against Jordan Bekelja.
And that was a 19-point quarter there for California. So definitely getting back to their scoring ways.
Sierra Barrett then passing and finding a wide open Mickey Glenn. Gets the rebound, puts up the shot. Another second chance opportunity for California, getting the rebound, putting the shot right up and getting it to fall.
And that's the point guard there. One of the smaller players on the court there for California, getting the second chance opportunity herself.
And now Marina Kelly out there on the floor for the Golden Eagles. Turns the ball over as Abby Sporio brings it up the floor. 3-on-2 break now. Pass it over to Mickey Glenn, and right there she drew the contact. It seemed like on the past 5 attempts down the floor, that one paid off as she now gets to attempt a 3-point play from the line.
If there are any young girls or young basketball coaches watching this game, the spacing that California has on fast breaks is textbook. You go through it in practice every day. All teams all across the country do it. California does that, and most of the time teams lose that come game time. California is textbook fast breaks when they space the floor and get open looks.
And her shot will fall, making the score now 67-39. Mickey Glenn, as I said, just a threat from that free throw line. Don't send her to the line because she'll make you pay. As now Jordan Bekelja attempts a floater, and it will not fall, as now Precious Martin came down with the rebound. Mickey Glenn has it now for California.
And California has settled back soundly back into this game. We were worried about fatigue. I think it was just a lot of mental mistakes California was making, and they're making fewer of them now.
Abby Sporio's shot will be blocked by Delrica Jones-Carey. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off, Dylan. As now Clarion will come down the floor with Jordan Bekelja attempting a three. And it looks like Clarion touched it last. Abby Sporio trying to get that rebound, and now they will inbound it from the side, excuse me.
Yeah, Clarion definitely taking quicker shots now. We've seen a couple quick threes. Not really how they got back into this game was taking quicker shots like that. So if you're Clarion, you want to get back to how you drew that game up to almost single digits there. You want to get back to that style of play.
Mickey Glenn kind of lost her possession and then getting it back for California as Sierra Barrett has it on the outside. Pass over to Alana Doran. Shot clock running out. Sierra Barrett puts a shot up off the glass. It will not fall. Delrica Jones-Carey gets the rebound for Clarion. And then right underneath the hoop, number 32, Ashley Delanobis. Excuse me, I don't mean to mess up her name. It seems like she's not been on the floor much tonight. Gets the shot to fall, and now making the score 67-41 in favor of California. Sierra Barrett, the top of the key, will spot up and not get the shot to fall, and then Lana Doran called on the over the back foul.
Yeah, again, there's not a smart foul right there by Lana Doran, now picking up her 4th foul. She played very well, though, with 2 fouls, picking up 2 fouls early in the first quarter. California kind of kept her in the ball game there. So great to see her playing, continuing to play smart, tough defense.
Kelja at the top of the key, passed it over to Amisha Harden-Pulliam. Mickey Glenn tried to get the steal and then passing it back over to Amisha Harden-Pulliam. Abby Sporio streaking down the floor, slowing down her pace and then getting the shot to fall. It seems like she came out of nowhere like the Flash and just got that steal, streaking down the floor.
Yeah, Abby Sporio, great young player here for the California Vulcans.
Amisha Harden-Pulliam puts up the shot, and then Abby Sporio gets the ball for California. Lana Doran in transition could not get her layup to fall.
Abby Sporio has picked off a ton of passes here late, really leading those drives and leading those fast break opportunities.
Mickey Glenn called on the foul. It looked like Jordan McKelja kind of tripped herself up, but Mickey Glenn nonetheless will be called on the foul. So now Tyra Polite for California for Clarion will inbound the ball.
And Emily Suckling getting her first minutes here today. A bit of a shooter there for California.
Took the words right out of my mouth as Delrika Jones goes up and gets the rebound. Another second chance point for Clarion, kind of emulating what California is trying to do on the offensive side.
Yeah, see how Mickey Glenn decides to run this possession here. See what they decide to get a look here for Emily Suckling maybe to get her some points here in this one.
Now Sierra Barrett driving into the lane, kind of bounced right off of her foot. Clearly frustrated as she just trots down the floor. As Amisha Harden-Pulliam puts up a shot. Abby Sporio, just another grinder on this California team, gets another rebound, 4-on-2 now for the Vulcans. And then Tyra Polite comes up with the block and then tries to get the rebound, and she cannot.
Sierra Barrett with a hard foul right there. Kind of a statement foul, you could say, there by Sierra Barrett. Really kind of a frustration foul as well, but she's not going to let the Clarion get off to some momentum here to kind of make this interesting come late.
It kind of seemed like after that first quarter of play, everybody was in good spirits, and that heat really got to them. It seemed like everybody kind of got a little bit tired, and Sierra Barrett tried to get the rebound on that one, come up with shaking her hand. Kind of got a stinger. As I believe Shatara Parsons will check in for Sierra Barrett.
And there, you're not losing anything with that substitution right there. Two very similar players. See what Shatara Parsons can do now.
Now trying to halt this inbound play, and right underneath the basket is Delanobis. I got the name down now, don't worry about it.
It looked like on that possession there, Lana Doran and Abby Sporio had some miscommunication there on the switch, and led to the open basket.
And now Abby Sporio passed it over to Shatara Parsons. Parsons now working in the lane, puts up a shot. Looked like it was kind of blocked. And now California allowing to reset their offense. Under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Shatara Parsons will get the ball after kind of a tip, although she'll get the basket to fall. And now 71-45 in favor of California.
And quietly now, California stretches this lead back out close to 30 now. So California hitting on all cylinders again.
Delanobis on the side. She puts the shot up and gets it to fall. Now California leads 71-47.
Yeah, kind of a late close out there by Shatara Parsons. Maybe the fatigue getting to her a little bit.
Emily Suckling putting up a shot. As you said, Dylan, allow her to really get some minutes and get some confidence. A young player getting out there on the floor for California as her shot is through the basket.
A smart play as well there. Hadn't taken a shot yet today as there Clarion hits a big three, but Emily Suckling hasn't taken a shot yet today, steps into that shot and hits it last possession.
Tyra Polite puts up a shot, a three-pointer, and it falls. California leads by 23 now. Lana Doran then finding Emily Suckling. Normally she's spot up from that point, passes it back out to Lana Doran. Abby Sporio in the corner. Her shot will be no good off the back of the backboard, off the rim, excuse me, as Misha Harden-Pulliam bringing it up before. Jones carry, then pass it back to Harden-Pulliam.
Yeah, a bit of a smaller lineup in now for California. You don't really see the four guards out there too often.
Polite underneath the basket, puts up a shot, no good. Mickey Glenn coming up with the rebound. She can really do it all for California. We mentioned quite a few times before, but Mickey Glenn really can just instill her will on anybody on defensive and the offensive side, getting a good defensive rebound.
And there's not too many players like that. That's a dime a dozen, like you're saying there in Mickey Glenn. She's a tough player, and there's not too many players quite like her.
And not like Shatara Parsons either. Shatara Parsons has just been hitting every shot she's taken, really, it seems like, in the lane. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, she's gifted with some great athleticism, great size there. Pretty much your stereotypical basketball player you think of when you think of an athletic body that can make plays just like the one we just saw.
Lana Doran noticing that she want to get that pass over, and she tips it right out of bounds. And now, Dylan, we're going to look over at camera, too. They're shooting us over there. We took a seat. We were standing up for this entire game, as you see in our background. Also, Gary Smith, kind of move out of the way, kind of show Gary a little bit. He's the brains of this.
Gary the GOAT, as we call him.
The GOAT, kind of the brains of this whole shebang, really, if you will, as California leads 75-50. And we're going to take a look at our social media. As you see, Gary kind of just motion at the screen, say, look over it, right? Yeah, our YouTube.
A little look behind the scenes there as well.
Our YouTube channel at CUTV Sports 1. That's how I'm assuming you're watching this game. So thank you for checking that out. Also, our CUTV News Center. And then also our Facebook page, California University Television. We post all of the games that we replay on there. And also our Twitter at CUTV_PA. Also have to give a shout out to our sports information at calvulcans.com. Get a lot of our live stats from there. A lot of the information we can talk about, all of the in-game stuff, really the information we get from sports information.
Yeah, definitely. All of our social media, that's where media's going to nowadays. So that's what we're kind of taking here with CUTV. And it's great to see now as we're live streaming this through YouTube. Who would have thought that would be possible even 6 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. It's a great way as well. Clarion always welcoming to us, and we appreciate that very much. Didn't take the truck this time. Took the Wirecast setup a lot easier. Kind of promotes a smaller crew, really, to be able to produce this show, or this game, these two games for you, excuse me. And Tyra Polite will pass the ball in to Jordan Bekelja, working against Gina Valacorsa, another check-in for California, getting some fresh legs out there on the floor.
As well as DJ Hahn getting her first minutes as well.
DJ Hahn and Morgan Jennings coming out there on the floor as well. Not a fresh face tonight, but getting back out onto the floor after she played, I believe, in the first half for a few minutes, kind of sub in and get some early minutes and allow really the role players for California, the starters, to rest a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like to give another shout out like I do every broadcast there to DJ Hahn. Have class with her, talk to her about college basketball pretty much every day there in class, so she gives me a little inside detail on the team.
Emily Suckling spots up, takes a shot, no good. DJ Hahn right there almost got the rebound and will not fall as Tyra Polite will bring down the floor. Now for the Golden Eagles. Tries to get it over into Jen Straw, and right there, Mickey Glenn there to poke it out.
Such a smart, intelligent play. Mickey Glenn read the pass, knew where it was going, and made the right play defensively.
Mickey Glenn turns the ball over. Can't really say that much, as Hardin Pulliam will put up a shot over Mickey Glenn and get it to fall. 2 minutes and 11 seconds now. I believe Brittany Nelson will check in. That'll be the first time Mickey Glenn sees the bench here today. There'll be a timeout on the floor, I believe, as well.
I think they made a substitution timeout there, and then they turned that into a full timeout now. So California again playing their style of play that they want to play right now. Pretty much have this game in the books here. Get the younger players some action here, but it was a great learning moment for California here today. They got forced to play their up tempo in a tough environment. Heat in here, Clarion playing right with that. They're playing up tempo as well. It's good. It's good practice for teams like that. And a big key for our regional tournament standings here. Virginia Union lost today, so that's a big loss that affects California now. They have a little bit of a cushion from that 1 to number 2 now in the regional rankings.
Yeah, and they're really set up now in the regional rankings. We're going to take a look at the Atlantic region poll here right on your screen. And as you said, Dylan, Virginia Union losing, that's big.
And Wayne Jesuit lost this week as well. So both teams behind California lost. This is a chance for them to extend their lead now.
That really solidifies their spot. Thank you to Zach Prosba, an alumni of CUTV, kind of texted me in the halftime break and just let me know also to say that. So good thing he kind of got that information out as well. As Emily Suckling will pass on the inside to Brittany Nelson. Nelson's shot will be up and no good. DJ Hahn there with the rebound. Emily Suckling at the top of the key. Pass it over to Valacorsa. Then on the outside, Emily Suckling driving on the inside now, puts up a shot and good. 77-52 now in favor of California.
Great play there. There's a technical foul maybe on Clarion here. Bit of a frustration.
With foul. Tyra Polite as she walks over to the bench. Not sure what happened on that play there. Unsure what the foul was.
No retaliation there from California, so nice to see there from the Vulcans that they're not letting that get to them.
Some talking out there on the floor. Not sure what some fans for Clarion kind of chirping a little bit. DJ Hahn will attempt her free throws.
Not real quite sure what they're chirping about over there. She's definitely frustrated.
First shot, no good. Second shot up and no good as well. So DJ Hahn cannot convert from the line.
Surprised no one's gone over there to say something to her. She's kind of the only one in the gym making any noise right now.
Yeah, it was quiet for a long time there. And as now Emily Suckling will find Gina Valacorsa on the throw in. Morgan Jennings then finds Emily Suckling, then back out to Valacorsa. Valacorsa driving in, pass it out to DJ Hahn. Hahn shot up, no good. Jones carry there to get the rebound. Bekelja now bringing up the floor for Clarion. Bekelja working on the outside, pass it over to Misha Harden-Pulliam. Go off of her foot. California will get the ball right back. 1:17 left.
And I'm telling you, this game has worn me out just from calling it. How up-tempo it was there for a little bit. I'm feeling exhausted. I can only imagine how the players feel.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like it cooled down a little bit as well. It's dark out now, kind of. It's that colder temperatures. You're the weatherman, Dylan. You should know all this. Brittany Nelson gets the shot to fall. That wasn't a jab at you. I was just saying.
It was a very warm day today. It was a very warm day today. Highs in the upper 60s here. Giving a bit of a weather forecast here, but it was a very not accustomed. California men's baseball team actually got their first game in today. Who would have thought in mid-February you'd be playing a game in mid-60-degree weather?
Yeah, that's awesome. As California will get the ball right back, and awesome as well. As now California really solidified their victory.
And shout out to the baseball team as well. Won both games in their doubleheader today.
That's definitely cool to see as well. Call a few games for them as there'll be a jump ball. I believe Clarion will get the ball back and call a few games, as I said, maybe about 3 or 4. We can see what we can get out to, as well as the softball team. They were just down in Florida. It looks like California will come away with the victory. Now 15 seconds left. Just the final score, really, now we're going to be deciding on. Bekelja drives into the lane, gets her shot up, and it will fall. Now under 10 seconds, Emily Suckling will just bring it up the floor and ice this game out. California coming away with the victory, 79-54. Dylan, in a contest where California looked to really push the pace, something that we don't really see that much. They're more of a defensive-minded team, and that really played out big. Dylan, any last words?
Just a great learning opportunity for California today. Keep it rolling, exactly what you want if you're the Vulcans here. Very experienced ball club heading into tournament time. I think this team's ready, and I think they're ready to make a run here.
So you heard it here first. California coming away with victory 79-54. Thank you to everybody on the crew. Gary Smith, our producer and director. California coming away with the victory here today. Stay tuned next as we have men's basketball right here on CUTV Sports 1. You're watching Vulcans basketball.